Hello everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to do a fun get ready with me playing with all sorts of new goodies. We're going to be playing with the new Chanel primer, the La Base Illuminatrice. So we're going to try that out today. I did go down the rabbit hole and I picked up the new Lady Gaga. This is Haus Labs. She has a new foundation, powder, and a few other goodies. But I had heard rave reviews about this foundation and I wanted to give it a try. So we're going to be playing with a little bit of Lady Gaga Haus Labs beauty products today. I have a single shadow eye look from Ellis Faas that I can't wait to share with you, as well as an Andrea Ali Made Me Buy It product. This is from Valentino. This is this universal bronzer. So we're going to be using that on my skin today, as well as sharing a little bit more information about the Guerlain. This is Cherry Oud, and also share about the Bergdorf Beauty Days that are going to end on the 21st, and that is where you are going to spend and save. There is a discount going on that is even included with these Guerlain perfumes. So I'm going to share that information with you today. So if you're interested in seeing how I created this look, playing with all sorts of new fun makeup, then let's go ahead and get started. Good morning, everyone. I'm so excited to play with a bunch of new makeup. So we need to put some makeup on this face today, and I've missed you guys. I've been a busy little bee getting ready for my upcoming Blissfully Fed fall detox, and I'm so excited for this season. So we can talk about that later, but let's go ahead and start putting on a bit of makeup on my face. And the first thing that we are going to prep my skin with is this new product from Chanel. This is the La Base Illuminatrice, and this is a glowing makeup primer, moisturizing and plumping. So I did end up picking this up out of curiosity, and one thing, let me just show you what it looks like here. It has a very light tint, but this one is going to be very subtle, but it does make your face feel very hydrated and such. So I love the Chanel Sheer highlighting drops. I have those in both Sun Kissed and Pearly Glow, and this product actually feels more like skin care, and it does feel very hydrating, but you're going to see it's not going to be super glowing like the kind of highlighting drops, but I have really been enjoying this just as a nice little extra layer of hydration on the skin. So I will just take about a pea-sized amount there and then put that on my skin. I'll bring you in a bit closer so you can see. So this is what that primer looks like, and it really does feel super hydrating, you guys, but it's just not giving me the same type of glow as the La Beige. These are the Sheer Healthy Glow Highlighting Fluids. So these are actually highlighters, and this is going to be a pure primer. I would say more for more mature dry skin, because it is going to kind of plump up your skin. It feels really great, and I have been using this for about a week, and what I will tell you is that it does give you a nice base before makeup. But if you are looking for that kind of fake lit from within glow, I think you're going to prefer the Sheer Healthy Glow highlighting fluid. So this one feels more like skincare, a little extra hydration, a little extra plumping, but it just isn't as glowy as those drops. Okay, next new product that we are going to try. I did go and pick up the Haus Labs. This is by Lady Gaga, and this is her TRICLONE Skin Tech Foundation. And this has been getting rave reviews. I was in Sephora and all these people were talking about it, and I was like, ooh, I love Lady Gaga. Maybe I need to give this foundation a try. So first of all, this is a clean skincare brand. This does have skincare benefits in it. So here is the bottle, you guys. It is a nice glass bottle, nice and weighty. And this is supposed to give you a very natural finish on the skin. It does. It is a clean brand. It has skincare in it. This is going to provide you with medium coverage. It is going to feel weightless on the skin. It is also very long wearing, and it has skincare benefits in it. It has fermented arnica in there that's going to help reduce redness. So everybody was going gaga over this at Sephora, and I was like, I gotta try this. So I am a huge fan of Lady Gaga. I think she is super talented. And one thing I will tell you when you are picking out shades, this is going to be similar to MAC makeup, meaning that the colors correspond, such as warm is going to be for those with cooler rosy undertones. Then the cool foundations are going to be for those of you with warm golden undertones. So it's sort of flipped. Like I think MAC has it originally that way, and then a lot of the other brands, you know, have them marketed as cool for people with cool rosy undertones, and then the warm golden ones. So when you are looking, it can be a little bit confusing, and I do think it is best to go into the store, or there is a little quiz on hauslabs.com that is going to walk you through a bunch of questions, and then it will come up with your shade. And I did do that, and I actually ended up going to Sephora and picking this up in 220 warm. And I consider myself somebody with light medium skin and with some cooler kind of rosy undertones. So the shade I have is 220 light medium warm, and I think it actually is a really good match. And you guys know that I overthink everything, but it was. And here's a swatch on my hand right here. The texture of this foundation is really nice. It almost feels like a bit like a serum. And the way that I'm going to use this today is I am going to use a damp beauty blender. I picked this cute one up. This is a papaya beauty blender. And what I have found is that you want to go section by section. You kind of want to blend quickly when you are using this foundation, and it has such a nice finish. I always mean to do half and half of my face, show you one. I put one little bit right over here, but here is this one side with this 220 warm shade. I'm hoping that you can see on camera, but it has a really beautiful finish on the skin, that it just sort of sinks in and looks like skin, but you do get some nice coverage. I would just say you do need to kind of work a little bit quicker. You don't want to just kind of put the stripes on. You want to go ahead and blend it out section by section. Okay, here is what this foundation looks like on my skin. And this is one of these foundations that actually starts to look even better as it wears throughout the day. It sort of really meshes in with your skin, and it just does not feel like anything at all on your skin. Like I don't feel like I'm wearing makeup at all, and it just is going to kind of blur everything, so it's going to look like your skin, give you medium coverage, be long wearing, and I've been super impressed with this so far, but I am going to do a full just standalone review of this foundation, but today we're just playing with all sorts of fun goodies. So we're gonna let this sort of sink in and do its magical stuff while I move on to the eyes. And I picked up this Ellis Faas. This is one of her creamy eyes, and this one is in taupe. And I'm laughing because I've got a few products that Andrea Ali made me buy in this video. So this was one where she was talking about the best one and done eyeshadow, and she used this beautiful taupe shade. So to be honest, I don't necessarily love liquid eyeshadows for some reason. I just don't feel like I have as much control with them, and sometimes they can look a little bit patchy. So this one though, the formula is so darn creamy. Here is a swatch of taupe. Of course, Andrea makes everything look amazing, but it just looks so easy. I love the color, and I've heard really good things about this Ellis Faas brand. So I am going to use this taupe today, and I do have to say I love the texture of this eyeshadow. So I'm just going to place some of this taupe shade right on the eye, right here. And then I'm going to come in with my brush, and I am going to blend this out just a little. And I love this formula because it almost has a little bit of reflection on the eye a bit, but it's not shimmery, you guys. This is just a really unique formula, and once these are on your eyes, they're going to stay all day. So I am just going to kind of pat this in where I want. Isn't that so pretty? Do this on the other eye. Placing the product first, and then I'm just kind of going in with my brush and softening the edges. Okay, I'm going to close my eyes. I just am in love with this one and done eyeshadow. I will be putting a little bit of my bronzer in the crease, but honestly, this is such an easy eye. I am going to run a little bit of this taupe color underneath my lash line just to connect everything. So just a little bit here. It has this really nice doe foot applicator. Kind of just doing the 3/4. Oops. Just kind of going, just running a teeny bit underneath the lash line, giving a little bit of shadow under there. We have not put concealer on, so we can do that afterwards to clean up anywhere we might want to. Okay, we've got that simple taupe eye shade on, and then I've completely fallen in love with this Chanel. This is the STYLO YEUX, and this one is in blue carbone, and it's the most beautiful blue-gray shade. I thought it would go perfect with that taupe eyeshadow as well as my sweater. And yes, this is the new Jenny Kayne, the smoky blue color. And yes, this is the Jenny Kayne. This is her cashmere fisherman sweater. She just launched it in dusty blue. I'm a sucker for any of those kind of dusty blue colors, so I did have to pick it up, and I absolutely love the color. It's the same beautiful quality as all of her other cashmere sweaters, but I do love this color so much, and I thought this eye look would look really pretty with this sweater. So I am going to first tightline near the top lash line up here, and we might smoke it out just a bit. So I'm just wiggling in between my lash line here with this color. It's so pretty, you guys. Isn't that such a pretty color? I am going to go ahead and add a little bit of this down on the bottom waterline, just a little bit. I am going to add a little bit of this, just about 3/4 on the bottom lash line. That is optional, but I don't find that this color closes off my eyes. I just sort of want to bring the upper and lower, kind of connect both of them here. And then since I love this color so much, I am going to go ahead and add a little bit of that near the lash line because it's so pretty. I'm taking this eyeliner number 205, and I'm just gonna soften that. Okay, love this eye combination. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go put on mascara, clean up my eyebrows, and then I'll be right back and we can finish off the rest of the face. Okay, I have put on my eyeballs, and I'm gonna just close my eyes, really simple eye look. And then I'm gonna pop on a little bit of concealer. I'm using my CHANTECAILLE Camouflage Stylo, and I have it in shade 2. And I'm just gonna brighten up just a little bit. I love this concealer so much. One of my favorite concealers. And I just take a little bit, and I add a little bit on the outer over here as well. Just sort of brightens up. I'm just going to use my finger here, and then I am going to gently tap this underneath my eye. And the reason I love this one is it has a little bit of a caffeine complex. So not only will it sort of brighten up underneath my eyes, but it also feels like it firms it up just a bit. Temporary, of course, but I do really love it. So okay, then I did pick up the Haus Labs. I did pick up the powder as well. Got to pick up both components, right? And I picked this up in translucent, and this is a clean skincare infused loose powder that blurs imperfections, smooths skin, and optimizes makeup performance. And it comes in 5 talc-free soft focus shades. This also includes the fermented arnica, so it is going to help reduce any redness. I'm going to just take a little brush here, and then I am going to pat the loose powder down the T-zone and a little dusting underneath the eye. And I'm just going to gently brush some of this powder on my face. Okay, here is the side with the powder right here, and this is the side without. And I don't know if you guys can see on camera, but it just sort of did kind of perfect everything, but it's very weightless, and I love the fact that it also is a skincare infused powder. So I'm going to go ahead and pat this in on this side. Okay, this is what it looks like with the powder on. And the powder seems really nice, guys. I don't think it's like, ooh, earth-shattering, but I just wanted to kind of try the complete complexion duo together, and it did seem like a great talc-free option. Next, I'm going to warm up my skin, and this one made me laugh because I haven't really been attracted to the Valentino Beauty brand. I did look at it when I was in London, and I don't know, it just wasn't calling my name. But I saw Andrea Ali use this universal bronze shade in the finishing powder, and it just looked so gorgeous on her skin. I just love the color. That I went ahead and picked this up, and of course I only bought the refill. You can buy some $200 clutch that you can carry along your powder, but honestly that just looked really silly to me. I'm not someone who's gonna be carrying my powder around on a little chain. Um, but I have to say I've completely fallen in love with this universal bronzer. It's a cream to powder formula, so it is just texturally so darn pretty, you guys, and it is just a fantastic color. So I am going to buff some of this on my skin here, and I'm just going to show you. It just gives your skin a nice little warmth here. And then I am going to use a little bit of that in my crease as well. But it has just such a pretty finish on the skin. I've completely fallen in love with this product. Warming it up. And I'm actually using this Rowan brush. It is actually a blush and blend brush, but I've just fallen in love with it for bronzer, powder, kind of using it for lots of different things. But I'm just taking this bronzer up here, and don't worry, I'm going to blend everything in, but I just find this to be so pretty on the skin. Just the texture of it is just so darn pretty. I'm going to just kind of dab it anywhere that the sun would naturally hit. And then I am going to run just a little bit of this in my eye look. I always like to either put my blush or my bronzer in my eye look to connect everything. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that bronzer and deepen up that crease just a little bit. I kind of love the way that is going to have a little bit of contrast because this is more warm toned, and then that taupe's a little bit cooler. So just a little bit of depth there on the eye. And I'm using this Chanel number 204. This is a brush that I have completely fallen in love with as well. And again, just giving a little contrast, deepening up that crease just a bit. Then for blush, I've absolutely been loving this Chantecaille. This is the Cheek Gelée in Vibrant. And this is such a pretty pop of color here. So I So here is what it looks like. Yep, it looks bright, but you can sheer it out. But I just feel like it has been giving me the prettiest healthy flush on my cheeks. And I will take that and then kind of tap it in with a beauty blender here. And it's just going to kind of liven up my complexion. And because it is gel based, it will last all day long. That's what I love about it. Sometimes cream blushes will kind of get eaten up by the end of the day, but I find that if I use the gel, will just last all day long. So a little pop of color there. Okay, and then for lips, I ended up picking up one of her La Monster crayons, and I thought these were so cool. This is again Haus Labs and Lady Gaga, and I ended up picking this up in Rose Matte. And let me just give you a little swatch of that color. Really nice neutral. The cool thing is you can use this as lip liner, you can use this as lipstick. I'm usually not into matte lipstick, but I really liked the color of this and I like to use it and then top it with a gloss. And this will last all day. So once my gloss kind of wears off, this will be kind of stained on my lips. So I am going to use this rose color and just line my lips here. And they just feel really nice. Add that, then I'll use my finger and I'm just gonna kind of fill in the lip area. And then I'm going to top it off. This is a Westman Atelier. This is the Squeaky Clean Lip Balm. As I said, I've been on a bit of a lip gloss exploration lately, and I ended up picking this one up in CHOU. And so this is going to be just a very light nudie pink here, but it's going to look so pretty on top of any lipstick or just on its own. And this is the combination of matte rose with CHOU, and it's so pretty, you guys. CHOU is just like the perfect little gloss on its own. But again, if you want a little bit more color to your lips, these are fantastic. So really enjoying this little combination here. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and set the makeup. Of course, I'm using my little Chantecaille here rose water, and just will set that, get rid of my little frizzies. Oh, and yes, I did end up cutting my hair a little bit. Had a little fun at the hair salon, and my hair inspiration was Jennifer Lawrence. We went a little bit shorter. I couldn't go quite as short as what this picture looks like, but having a little fun playing with a middle part, going a little bit shorter, a little bit edgier for fall. And then I'm going to finish off with fragrance of the day, and I did end up getting a full bottle of Cherry Oud, and I wanted to share with you that Bergdorf's is having their beauty days where you spend and save, and Vincent from Bergdorf's works at Guerlain, and you are able to get a discount on these Guerlain fragrances through the 21st. And Vincent is amazing. He has been so helpful, and I just wanted to share that information. He is also on TikTok, so I will leave that information below as well. But if you are a fellow Guerlain fan, then you may be interested in checking out the new Oud series from Guerlain. And I love Nude Oud, I love Cherry Oud. I have not tried the Oud, the Kohl Oud or Oud Kohl, I'm not sure which one this is. But as I mentioned in my video about this fragrance, I am a little bit obsessed with it. I'm gonna go ahead and spritz some of this on. This is so gorgeous. It is addictive. It does have a cherry note in here, but it is so well blended that I even think people who don't like cherry are going to love this one. If you do love cherry notes in fragrances, I think you're definitely going to be intrigued by this one. I was asked the difference between Tom Ford Lost Cherry and Guerlain Cherry Oud, and what I will tell you is that Lost Cherry has more of that gourmand feel to it, a bit more boozy, whereas this one is definitely going to be a bit more resinous. It has that really nice oud in here that is very smooth, but you do smell it, so it's got this sort of richness to it. This one has a bit more of a floral layer to it. So this one has a honeyed Turkish rose note in here that is just stunning. I think that's how I fell in love with this one. I was a little worried about cherry. I can either love it or hate it, and this is a true loved. It is so good, you guys. It is sexy, it is addictive, but it is not in that gourmand way. The two fragrances to me are different. They both do have a cherry note in here, but you will smell the oud in here. But the dry down of this and this layered honeyed rose in here is just absolutely stunning. And this was one that my husband liked as well. I had him smell Nude Oud as well as Cherry Oud, and he liked both, but he said that the Nude Oud didn't have enough oomph to it, which I do love that one for a soft everyday kind of fragrance. It's got this beautiful almond note in it, but it is going to be softer, more sensual, and not as much as a wow fragrance, where he said that Cherry Oud just smelled really good. It had that wow factor in it, and it is just really addictive. So wanted to share that information about Vincent at Bergdorf's. I'm going to leave his information below so you can reach out to him, but he is fabulous, and there might be other things you want to shop for and save money during the Bergdorf Beauty Days. Little tongue twister there. Okay guys, this is my final look of the day. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I will be back with another video soon.